the 6th, and again on May 4th to the 6th. They don't expect any business to be transacted, but in case something does come up, they'll have that opportunity to act. And the short session itself will be convening on May 18th, the day after the primary for federal, state, county, and municipal offices. And that session is not expected to last but maybe 6 to 8 weeks. They would really like to be out of Raleigh before the end of June, so they can adjourn the session CNDA and to get on with some other business that they have. In terms of the next slide, please. In terms of the short session, we see a few things that will be considered, or could be considered, I should say. Or the first one is state budget amendments. This is something that happens in every short session of the General Assembly. It's not known when they're going to be bringing out the budget, but it could be very, very close to the May 18th convening date for the session. There's also discussion about a transfer of existing general fund revenues to NCDOT to be used for transportation purposes. There is a portion of the state sales tax revenues that come from transportation-related goods and services. For example, when you go to the motor vehicle dealer and make a purchase, and you're charged the state sales tax. When you go to the motor vehicle repair store to buy oil or whatever for your vehicles, you are charged the sales tax. And those revenues total about $470 million per year, and that would be new revenue for NCDOT. And this is a recommendation of the NC First Commission that was set up by Governor Cooper in the previous Secretary of Transportation a few years ago, and our own Mayor Pro Tem Eiselt served on that commission.
Excuse me 1 second. It looks like Ms. Eiselt has a question.
Thank you. Yeah, to go back to the last slide. Can you guys hear me? To go back to the last slide, Dana, is that a done deal that they will transfer those fees to the DOT budget, or is that just they hope that will be accomplished?
That is a potential.
A potential.
We do know that that there's quite a few members who would like to do that, and whether it can be done in this short session still remains to be seen. But there is a lot of energy that's forming around doing just this.
And is that the entire amount of transportation-related fees that do go into the general fund that we've requested go to DOT, or is that just a portion of it?
It is the increment of the state sales tax revenues that now go to the general fund that come from that category of transportation-related goods and services.
So it's the whole thing of that category? It's the whole thing, yes. That's, of course, I suppose if they were to draft legislation, they could just take a portion of it and put it over there. But the recommendation from the NC First Commission was to look at transferring that $470 million per year on a recurring basis to NCDOT. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.